day of the rally arrived, and the deacons were ready. They had gathered a group of armed men, all trained and ready to defend themselves and their community. As they approached the rally site, they could see the Klan members gathering, their hoods and robes making them look like a menacing army. The deacons stood their ground, watching as the Klan members started to march towards them, chanting hateful slogans and waving Confederate flags. The tension was palpable, and everyone knew that a clash was inevitable. The two groups met in the middle of the street, and the air was filled with the sounds of shouts and screams. Suddenly, shots rang out, and chaos erupted. The deacons had opened fire on the Klan members, and the Klan members were firing back. In the midst of the gunfire and chaos, one of the deacons saw a group of Klan members approaching a nearby church, where a group of black children were attending a Sunday school class. Without hesitation, he ran towards the church, determined to protect the children. He burst through the doors, his gun at the ready, and found himself face to face with several Klan members. Without a second thought, he fired, taking them down one by one. The other deacons, seeing what was happening, ran to the church to help. The scene was a bloody mess, with bodies littering the street and the air thick with smoke. But in the end, the deacons emerged victorious. They had shown the Klan that they were not to be trifled with, and that they would stop at nothing to defend their community. As they left the scene, one of the deacons couldn't help but think about how far they had come. They had started out as a small group of men, determined to fight back against the Klan, and now they were a force to be reckoned with. The deacons had proven that even in the face of violence and hatred, they would stand tall and fight for what was right.
Running, thoughts running, they run away from you.
One of the most intense clashes between the deacons and the KKK occurred in Bogalusa, Louisiana in 1965. The Klan had been terrorizing the black community for years, and the deacons had had enough. On a hot summer day, a group of about 25 deacons led by Charles Sims, a former paratrooper, approached a Klan rally armed with shotguns, rifles, and pistols. The Klan was caught off guard and quickly scattered, but not before firing a few shots at the deacons. A fierce gun battle ensued, with both sides firing at each other from behind trees and bushes. The deacons managed to hold their ground, and after several hours of fighting, the Klan retreated. The deacons were able to drive the Klan out of Bogalusa for good, and their victory inspired other black communities to form their own self-defense groups. The incident also caught the attention of the federal government, which began to crack down on the KKK's activities in the area.
The clash at the Bogalusa rally was a turning point for the deacons, who became known as one of the most effective black self-defense groups in the country. They continued to protect their communities from white supremacist violence, and their legacy lives on today as a symbol of black resistance and resilience.
Run away from you. Running, thoughts running, they run away from you.
Welcome to this episode of Trap History, where we dive deep into the forgotten stories of Black American history. Today, we're discussing the Deacons for Defense and Justice, a group of African American men who stood up to the Ku Klux Klan in Louisiana during the height of the Civil Rights Movement. It's the early 1960s in Louisiana, and segregation is the law of the land. The Ku Klux Klan is active and violent, regularly terrorizing black communities with intimidation, violence, and even murder. In response, a group of African American men in the town of Jonesboro, Louisiana, decided to take matters into their own hands. They formed an armed self-defense group known as the Deacons for Defense and Justice, with the goal of protecting their families and communities from Klan violence.
What we talking about, Ocean? I'm talking about building up. I'm talking about real weapons. I'm talking about arming every one of us.
We're gonna give guns to a mob of angry niggas.
The white man put us to work. Out in the fields, in the factories, and down on.
The Deacons were not a formal organization, but a loose network of men who shared a common goal. They patrolled the streets, guarded meetings and protests, and provided security for civil rights activists who came to Louisiana to help in the struggle. The Deacons' weapons were legally owned, and they only used them in self-defense, but their very existence was a powerful statement. For the first time, African Americans were taking a stand against the Klan and other white supremacist groups, and they were doing it with force. The Deacons' tactics were controversial, even among some in the civil rights movement who believed in nonviolence. But the Deacons argued that they had no choice. They were fighting for their lives and the lives of their families. And their tactics worked. Klan violence in Louisiana decreased significantly after the Deacons came onto the scene. In fact, the Klan even called for a truce with the Deacons, acknowledging that they were not going to be able to continue their reign of terror against the black community. The Deacons for Defense and Justice may not be a well-known part of civil rights history, but their legacy lives on. They showed that African Americans could and would stand up for their rights, even in the face of violent opposition. They paved the way for other self-defense groups, like the Black Panther Party, and helped shift the balance of power in the fight for civil rights. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Trap History. We hope you learned something new today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more forgotten stories of American history.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.